All right, everyone. Welcome to 2025. I think this is live, right? Can everybody see me, hear me? Everyone in the chat, please let me know if you can hear me. Maybe, yeah. Everybody can hear me just fine? Okay. I think so, right? Okay, great. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I got some feedback. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Happy 2025. Thank you so much for the last 2024. That's what we're going to be going over today is, 2024. What a crazy, fun, adventurous year. Excuse me, year. I mean, wow, this is my first live stream, so I'm just trying to juggle between monitors and everything. So if something goes wrong, it's all my fault. There's no secret team behind me doing all this stuff. So just bear with me as I go through this. So I think it's going good. Happy New Year to everybody. Honestly, if I had just one person watching, I'd consider this a success. So thank you all for being here. It's already a success. Things worked. So as this is going, I just kind of want to get your thoughts and opinions. Any questions you have for me in the chat, please let me know. I won't be answering all of them, but I'll be answering as many as I can as we go. Happy New Year, everyone. A lot of Happy New Year's to Eva, Corey, Happy New Year, Anna, Cartoon, Whitrock, KJ, Alien Allen. Hey guys, some of these names are very familiar to me. I've seen you guys. Did you stay up for New Year's Eve? New Year's Eve? Yes, we did. So we were here in town. My brother and his wife and his family were in town. We went over to their house, or the rental, and stayed up till 10. And we got tired, came home, had some ice cream, and went to bed. So not a lot going on here. We're pretty tired. Pretty exciting though. Good evening from the UK. Hey Jane, how are you? What time is it there for you guys? 3 or 4 or 5 or 6? Sometime in the afternoon, right? Just like if you haven't heard already, please let me know your questions in the comments. And I'm just going to go through 2024 in a review. I have some very fun things to share, including some videos. Maybe we can get those going. If you're new to my channel, so let me just give you a background about myself really fast. So my name is Jeff Johnson. I'm from northern Utah, and now I live in southern Utah with my wife, kids, and dog. So all of us here. I used to live in Alaska. I lived there for... how long has it been? 10 years or so? Hey guys, I just love these comments. Hey guys. It's been really fun. Just the whole adventure of having a family. So I lived in Alaska for some time. I worked for a company called Hap Alaska Yukon, which is Princess in Holland, America. So I worked for them for, I think 10 years. 10 years. Yeah, it was 10 years. My parents have always raised me with the outdoors in mind, so I've been growing up just loving the outdoors. And I got a question a while ago about the Trek Planner. What does the Trek Planner mean? Like, what is that? And I'm going to go in a little bit more detail about it, just to kind of bring everybody up to speed, because I haven't really talked about it in depth. And this isn't the whole format for that. This is just me just giving just a brief, thing about it. So I started the Trek Planner and the Trek Planner YouTube channel in 2013. And it was back then it was more focused on the website. It was only a website really. I had a few videos that I think are still up there in the very back side of the Trek Planner YouTube page. But I started the website because I was very disappointed at all the information out there. I remember going to some forums, online forums, and I was kind of interested in mining at the time, and I looked up, Farmington Canyon Mine or whatever, and then I'd find this post in a forum, and it would say, oh, that mine is cool, it goes in a little ways, and that's it. And I thought, where are the pictures? What does a little ways mean? So I thought, I could do better. I could share some pictures, and maybe in a video. So that's kind of how the start of the Trek Planner happened. The original name wasn't the Trek Planner. The original name was Trek Tracks. So, and then my brother Brett, he's like, how about like the Trek Planner? Like you're helping people plan treks. And I was like, the Trek Planner. Yeah, sounds great. So I think that was 2013, 2014 when the name change happened. and I built a website and pictures and everything. It's kind of like a hiking database. And then I had my friends Josh and Trevor, David. My alarm's going off for for this live stream. Yeah, so I had my other friends, Josh, David, Trevor, my brother Brett, Elin. Like we had oh my gosh, I'm forgetting her name. A few people joining us on the website. But Google Earth was always part of the Trek Planner. It was always part of the Trek Planner, even since the very beginning, even up until now. The website quickly grew and expanded, and yeah, I'm going to show you something that I haven't really shown anybody else. So back then, hold on, let me go back to your chat. I saw somebody in the chat had a question. Oh, from Brad Gibson. Happy New Year. Do you have any plans on a Northern Utah trek? I have a very fun place I want to see in Northern Utah, but I can't get to it yet because of weather. I mean, last time I was up there was for Christmas. The weather was pretty terrible, so didn't want to slog through 4 miles of mud. So I'm going to wait until the spring. So yes, Northern Utah for sure. Then I saw someone else's question. Citizen Media for We the People. They said, I bet you know some good bug out places for... yeah. Yes, I do. Okay. Someone else. Kate said, Happy New Year to you and yours from Central Scotland. Awesome. I love your work and enjoy every single adventure and side trek. Keep it up, please. Thank you so much, Kate. Thank you so much, guys. Good. The audio still works. Anna Daisy Bird says, do you plan to overnight camp on a trek? Yes, I do. Probably coming up soon. Most of the stuff I do can be achieved through just a day hike, but there are some stuff that, in fact, I was looking at something the other night where it's going to be the craziest hike to the top of this mountain in this remote location. Definitely going to have to camp at that one. It'd probably be better that way anyway. So yeah, keep your questions coming. Dave asked, Dave Richardson asked, any scary stuff involving snakes? Not really. I don't really encounter much snakes. And I don't know why that is. Like, I'm always looking for snakes and rocks and stuff. I don't know. We did encounter one, my brother Brett, my wife, and his wife, Sarah. We went hiking up in a place near where we live, and we found a snake underneath this rock in this dry wash, and it started to rattle. But that was pretty much my only snake encounter. I mean, there's a couple along the way, but mostly I don't encounter snakes. I don't encounter much wildlife. Kind of interesting, huh? Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. When do we get to see Jeff base jump in Moab? I have a fear of heights. I really do. And even getting on an airplane is just kind of, puts me on edge. So base jumping, I don't know. You guys are awesome, though. Okay, so I'm going to show you something I haven't shown many people, okay? So back in the day, I made something called Trek tokens. And they're these little things. What I wanted to do was have a website where, because I was so sick of the vandalism and people taking artifacts and stuff, and it's like, maybe I could provide something for somebody as a little token for somebody when they finish a hike, they could say, hey, I did that, this little fun little token kind of a thing. So I made these years ago, I think when I was living in Alaska still. So I made these little tokens, these little rectangle things. Yeah, here's one from Alaska. I don't know if this is even going to show very well. Yeah, Mount Healy, there you go. So they're just little plastic tokens that can be recycled. And if you prove that you could do it, did that hike, then I would send you one of these. Little token. That's all they were. These are just... And I made a ton of them. Only gave out a little bit of them. So I have a ton of these left. So that's something that is like a little project that failed. But it was still so fun to do. Anyway, Trek tokens. And I have them all over the United States, basically. Here's one, an old one from Farmington, Utah. I can't really see it. An old mine that got closed anyway. Elena Hawk asked, what part of Western Canada do you live? I live in Southern Utah, United States. Billy Kershaw asked, are those Lego figures on the desk behind you? Yes, they are. They're made by a Lego master from Season 2 named Moto. If you watch Season 2 of Lego Master, these are made by him, and he sent them to me. This one's supposed to be me. Very, yeah, it does look like me. So yeah. Somebody else asked, do you carry a life straw with you? Yes, I do, always. Somebody asked, Dredrick asked if he found something on Google Earth. Is it to go? Sorry, I found a spot on Google Earth or Google Maps to possibly go check out. How can I send it to you? Send it to my email that you can find in the my channel description. Okay, thank you for your questions. Sorry. Oh, Elena, you're asking somebody else. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay, so that's basically how my website was. It was basically just like a trail hiking resource. And around 2020, what was it, 2022, 2020 something, a couple years ago, I was getting really kind of depressed about my website because it just kind of, the views just went way down. Everybody part of the Trek Planner just kind of went our own way. So I was just like, where's my place in this? I love doing this still, but what can I do different? And it was at that time I was talking to my then girlfriend, Annie, my now wife, my mom, my brother, and they all just kind of said, keep doing it. If you love doing it, just keep doing it. Maybe you should try doing something else, like try posting more on YouTube. And so I did. I kind of just shifted a lot of my energy to YouTube. And that's kind of when, like I said before, I've always used Google Earth. And I just kind of focused on that. And you'll notice some of my first shorts I ever posted where I found this on Google Earth and I went to go see what it was. So that kind of took off. And so then I saw some growth and I was like, okay, maybe I could do more of this. So that's kind of where the whole shift started for me, mostly from the website, shifting to YouTube posting. So yeah, basically that's it. Let's see. Hey, is that Michael Dean? Hey, Michael. Yeah. Oh, good friend there. Yes, Lego Masters. Yeah. Oh man, it's good. It's good to see you in the chat. Oh, man, I miss you. Happy 2025, everyone just joining. Man, you guys are awesome. So I'm gonna go over now the 2024 highlights. So the biggest highlight is I got married back in May to Annie, of course. Yeah, that was the best. Sorry, getting a little emotional. Just one of the best things that ever happened in my life, really. And we've been on so many adventures with the family, with the kids. Yeah, really, it's just so much fun, so much. Just can't wait for more adventures. Annie's gonna join me soon on more stuff. I have the best supporters. You guys have been the best to me. just love all the support, all your messages, all your kind words, and even the stuff that's helps me improve. I remember somebody saying like, "Hey, the angle and the fading in this video didn't work," and I went back and looked at it, and it didn't work. And I was like, "Whoa, thanks for telling me." So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. Somebody in the comments asked if I have a personal locator beacon if I get hurt. I do. I wish I had it with me. I could show you, but it's come in handy for basically just messaging people saying I'm fine, but this is my location. I've reached 300,000 subscribers. Like I cannot believe it. This journey has been so amazing, and it's all because of you guys. So thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't already, please do so. It helps me, and I know it's kind of cliche to say that it's free to do. It is free to do, but it helps me so much. Helps me know that you're interested and there's growth in that. Hello from Germany. Hello from Berlin. Thank you so much for watching. Let's see. Does Annie go along with you very often off camera? No, she doesn't. We went on an adventure about a week ago. This question was from W5FIV Texas Radio. Yeah, Annie doesn't go along too often. Her work schedule, mine is just open. Hers is a little more 8 to 5 type of thing. But she is going to come soon. Like I said, we did go on an adventure 2 weeks ago to this amazing place that I'm holding back on sharing because, I almost said something. But she did come on that adventure. Let's see. For 2024, I was very happy with how much I was kind of worried at the very beginning, like I can't keep this up, but I figured out a good schedule to keep posting consistently. So I was happy about that. That was like a goal met for me, a personal goal. Went to so many different places, saw things from so many different cultures. I met many different, excuse me, many different types of people from all over the world. Drove thousands of miles, listened to so many podcasts, so many different, audiobooks and things. A highlight for me, excuse me, is I visited, my family and I visited Hopi, which is down in northeastern Arizona. And we were invited by some friends, and we got to experience just a day in Hopi. And we saw rock art, some ruins, met some amazing people, and we also went to a dance. And if you've never been to a dance, like, just being there, like, as we approached this one village, we could hear just the drums beating, and just the slowly, like, dun, 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 dun. And there was a pattern to it. And as we got closer, like, I just felt like this, like, and it was an emotional experience because we felt like this connection to these people, and we couldn't speak the language, couldn't understand it, but we could feel this connection with them. And our friends who we were with, they were just so generous, and we had so many questions, and they just spent the whole day with us from basically morning until night. And I'm going to share, I can't share too many pictures of that, but that was a huge highlight for my family and I. Okay, I'm going to ask, let's see. I'm going to go through some questions. Let's see. Where is this one? Oh. Anna asked, how long have you been married? So I've been married about 6 months. Let's see. Do you have a backup of videos in case you get hurt or sick to show? Yes, I do. Not so much right now because we had Christmas break and I was taking off, a couple of days, a week or so. But usually I have a good backlog of stuff to kind of mix. And it's kind of really just what I'm feeling. It's like, even though I might have done something, 2 weeks ago, I might want to share that in 4 weeks or something because I'm more excited to share this other stuff. So it's really basically just a selfish thing of what I'm more excited to share with you guys. Let's see. Sorry, trying to juggle through these. I just shut some windows that I was trying to read from. Okay. So another highlight from 2024. Years ago, I visited a place called 9 Mile Canyon in central Utah. And back then I was kind of disappointed with the guidebooks because the guidebooks were just, go to this spot, reset your miles and go. Well, after a while that didn't work for me because I circled around a couple times and I was already off track because along the way on the road there's tons of rock art sites and things that you can see. And it just didn't work out for me. So I was kind of disappointed. So I made this book. I only made like 20 copies or like 15 copies. I don't remember. But there's only 2 left. One's here. And this is the book I made. And I thought, maybe other people are like me and they want GPS coordinates. And so I made this book, sold out, and I was just like, whatever. And that was 5 years ago. And then I got emails saying, hey, where's that book? I would like to buy one. And I'm like, well, I don't have any more. It's just kind of like a little project. And so that happened. I'd periodically get emails for the last 5 years saying, where's that book? I'm interested in it, So over the years, I've been kind of collecting and editing and making and compiling all these GPS coordinates, all these places in 9 Mile Canyon. And I came out with this book. But notice it's glue bonded, which it just doesn't work for a guidebook. It just doesn't work. If you're driving, you're holding it up, it just doesn't work. So then I came up with this one right here. Has a binder, or whatever this is called, spiral binder. So that was a huge success for me because with 5 years, it just in the back of my mind, like, I just want to make something good that people, would enjoy too if they're going to that area. And there's tons of guidebooks on this place. It's a very popular, very amazing place to see rock art, the Fremont and Ute rock art styles. Sorry, I'm reading some comments. But yeah, so that was a huge success for me. Another is I started my Sidetreks channel. So it's another channel, YouTube channel where I talk more about stories and things. It's less about exploration and more about stories. And I have some really fun stories coming from Alaska, some Yellowstone stories about me sleepwalking and bears, camping stories, Hopefully, some Bigfoot stories. We try to get other people on to share their unique stories. And also some scary stories about the serious side of exploring in remote canyons. And I'll just share you just a little bit about this one experience that I had. I was in a very remote canyon. Took all day to get there, and I'm on the trail, and all of a sudden I hear this, "Hey!" And I'm like, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Who's right behind me? And luckily I had some protection, you know. And so this guy's just like, "Hey!" And it's this older guy with very long hair. And he's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "Well, I'm going to go check out this place over here." And I told him about it. And he's like, "I've never heard of that." And I'm like, "What are you doing out here?" And he's like, "Well, I come out here, you know, every couple of years. I just spend my time out here, and I just love the remoteness." And that freaked me out, like middle of nowhere, and some guy, and I hear this, "Hey," you know. So, yeah, that was kind of scary. So I'm excited to share about that. What was your guys's? Tell me some of your highlights from the Trek Planner. Like, what did you guys like? What didn't you? Any suggestions? What didn't you guys like? Your favorite memorable videos, moments from the videos over the last year. Jim asked, how much time a week do you spend responding to comments? A couple hours. Mostly that's emails, messages on YouTube or comments on YouTube and stuff. Yeah, it takes time, but I love doing it. And I have a big backlog on emails, so I'm sorry if you sent me an email and I haven't responded. Anna asked, would you ever plan a viewer meetup trek? Yes, I am planning something, so stay tuned. Duke Silver, thank you for the super chat. How much dollars guide me on a hike to see petroglyphs? Oh, if you're serious, send me an email. Maybe we can work something out. Many times you can just come with me, you know. But the problem is some of these places are way out there. I'm not sure what we're going to be finding, so I can't guarantee, you know, a crazy Indiana Jones adventure. Most of the times it's just me hiking out there, seeing this really cool place and hiking back. Let's see. Somebody else asked, do you ever search, a GLE video asked, did you ever search for or find the large ruin my friend spotted while flying a Civil Air Patrol mission? That sounds kind of familiar. And if it's a thing that I'm thinking of, I have some ideas. And I have been searching. The problem is, in this area, I can't get a permit to fly a drone. So it's going to be a long backpacking adventure, which is fine. I'm just trying to figure out the logistics. And I hope it's a thing that you're talking about, because I think I have some ideas. Let's see. Hedon1 asked, do you watch Desert Drifter? I think it would be great if you two did a collaboration. Oh, and then somebody asked what was the email. Oh, so before that, my email address is just go to my channel. I don't want to say it right here, but just go to my channel, go to the About section, and you'll find my my email there. So I do watch Desert Drifter sometimes. Yeah, I'm going to talk more about this later. Just kind of the state of things on the exploration in the YouTube world. There's a lot of people that I really enjoy, and there's some that I'm kind of confused about because they don't pronounce places right. They'll say they don't really know the history. You can just tell they just grabbed a camera and just went out there. Or they'll say something like, I found this on Google Earth and I went to go see what it was. And I'm like, no, you didn't. That's like a super popular place in Arizona that has petroglyph sites that gets tens of thousands of people visiting. So I'll talk more about that later. I'm going to talk probably towards the end of this, but there are some that I really enjoy, and there's others that I'm like, this is... And there's interesting how somebody will post a video about a certain place, and then the next week, like 3 or 4 other people will go to that same place and post videos on it. So I'm like, are we all just... What is going on? So I'm kind of confused at what's going on. And it's not just me noticing, but there's a lot of emails I get, and I see other people's comments saying, like, I'm not sure about this other channel. So I'll talk more about that later. Let's see. B-Torn asked, have you ever made a video you regretted posting? Yes. So I have posted a video that I regretted posting. I posted a video that I thought I did my good research on the boundaries of where it was. and because I don't want to go in Navajo tribal lands. I don't want to trespass. So I talked to, so I made this video, and I got the email from this guy saying, hey, you trespass on a Navajo tribal land. Did you have a permit for that? And I said, please show me, the property lines and stuff, because on this line that I used from the BLM or something, it shows like this ruin is on this location. And he said, actually, that's not accurate, because the up-to-date stuff has that land on part of tribal land. And so it was a great learning moment for me, because I got to use all these maps to figure out property lines and stuff. Yeah, so I had to take that video down because I didn't have a permit for it, but I thought it was on BLM land, so I did take that video down. I regret not doing better research. That was 2 years ago. So I have been doing, so that's something I learned from 2024. Let's see. So another question, from Bill, have you considered visiting any filming places in like Grand Canyon? So I have. So that one video where that news organization Unilad said there was a secret doorway in the Grand Canyon. So I had to apply for a commercial permit. I had to wait for the commercial permit approval process, and I did film out there. I'd love to film more. And it's kind of tricky because you can only do certain things. You can't just like go up and down mountains and stuff. You have to have like a good set itinerary and things. But I'd love to go back and do more in Grand Canyon. Let's see. Deglis? Happy New Year. Thank you for sharing your treks. Would you ever consider doing a crossover with some other content creator like Minuteman? Sure. I'm not sure who that is. Am I supposed to know who that is? I would love to do a crossover. It'd be so fun. Yeah, I'm totally up for it. Let's see. Billy Kershaw asked, how do you deal with a real secret location? That's the challenge is I just don't know sometimes what to post and what not to post. Sometimes I just post stuff on my Patreon where it's just a small group of us. And I'm like, what do you guys think of this? Other times I'm like, I got to hide more of the mountains and things. Yeah, so it is a battle. I've always had this battle within me. It's like, how much do I share and how much do I cut out? And some stuff, there's something I've been to that I just will not share. That's really special. Let's see. Let's read one more comment before we go back to. I want to share some really fun stuff. Let's see. Val Thatcher asked, approximately how much does a permit cost? Where do you apply? Oh, so it's just the Grand Canyon. So I think every national park has like a media representative. So I just reached out to them and they sent me a permit process. And I don't remember how much it was. But they sent me the permit and I applied for it. And it's like very thorough. You can't just say, I want to do this, but it's like, what trails you want to use? Are you going to be doing this? List every equipment you'll be using. It's pretty thorough. And they'll send you a thing back saying this equipment was approved. And I'm assuming if there's something listed they didn't like, they'd say this is not approved. But it was only just me and some camera equipment, and so everything was approved for me. What drone do you use? So the drone I use is the DJI Mini 4 or Mini 2. So I have a couple minis that I use. Oh yes, yeah, that's right. So GLE Video asked or said filming permits no longer required in public. So my brother sent me an article saying that it's true. If and I'm going to look more into this, but I think it's like if you're a party of less than 6 or a group of less than 6, then you can film without a permit. So I'm going to look into that. So don't quote me on any of that stuff. But okay, so so just quickly for 2025, I'm going to start off by I think it's important for me to stay true to who I am, keep doing what I'm doing, because I love doing it. The financial incentive is secondary, truly, because I was talking to, I think my mom or my wife or something about this, and I was saying, when the decades go by and YouTube's gone or whatever, I'm still going to be doing what I'm doing, like this. I just love doing this for the sake of doing it. I find a lot of therapy in it, being outside. So that's kind of just, I will always be doing this. I will keep being open and honest with you guys. I'm not going to go to some popular place and be like, I found this on Google Earth when it's an ultra popular place. I'll be like, oh, whoops, we came to a popular place. Let's keep going. Let's keep hiking. Visit some new places. I have some really fun places I can't share yet, but hopefully we can go there very soon. Yeah, improve editing and stuff. I have some very fun surprises for 2025. Somebody sent me a very interesting video of a cave they found that had some ruins inside of it, like a deep cave. So I'm trying to work out the logistics with that. It's it's in a different country, so I'm trying to figure out how I can do some of these really fun things. Let's see. Oh yeah, Drederick. Yes, that's my email right there. Yeah, yep, you got it. Patrick Barron asked, "Have you ever hiked in the Lake Powell area? Happy New Year." Yes, Happy New Year to you too. Yes, I have. I love the Lake Powell area. I would have loved to posted a video or shared from that video of some places that I found, but I can't use drones, so it's kind of, I have like the ground footage of me, but I needed a drone, and I might just have to hike up to this place to share it. But filming and sharing in Lake Powell is kind of tricky because they don't like too much about sharing ruins and rock art pictures from Lake Powell. So it's kind of tricky. Let's see. Okay, now let's go over some fun stuff. Okay, so I'm going to share some Google Earth finds that I found lately. Some of these are from a different country. Let me try to switch monitors here. Okay, where is it? Monitor 2. Okay, so this first one here. So on LiDAR, I found this on LiDAR. This is a 250-foot pit, 250-foot deep pit in the Amazon. And look how it's in the middle of nowhere. Like, this is crazy. In the Amazon. And I wish I had a picture from the of like the satellite view, because it's just trees and trees, and there's creeks over here and rivers and stuff, but it's just this 250-foot deep pit in the Amazon. And that's the glorious part of LiDAR, is that we can see these pits. So is it a cave? I don't know. What is it? So next one this is in Ethiopia. So just, I think it's a rock circle, right? It's just, there's something else I'm going to share from Ethiopia, but I thought this was interesting. It's probably nothing, but from a different angle, this looked like a rock circle, you can see. Not super interesting right now, but rock circles, you can find them anywhere in the entire world. This is also from Ethiopia. Is it a geoglyph? I'm not really sure. But it's very interesting. Like when I saw this, I thought immediately of, what's that? Orion constellation, these three things, and then these circles. So very interesting stuff across the world. What else do I have here? Okay, so this is, where is this? Western United States. Do you see these little lines right here? So there's three of them, and they're at the top of this mountain. And there's a little trail here, but I try to follow it and it goes nowhere. But I'm trying to figure out what these little trident things look like. So I'm not really sure. But I want to go see it, so we can see it in person. Let's see. Yeah, so this is a mound I found along the Mississippi River. And I don't remember where this is, to be honest. It might be, oh shoot, where is this? Yeah, mounds are very common in the Midwest. Ohio, Indiana, all those places, Missouri, there's tons of them. There's huge civilizations out there. So this is just a random mound I found. And if I had the satellite view, it would be just this. This would be covered in trees. It's almost like the farmer, didn't want to bulldoze this, level it, whatever. Just very interesting stuff. And I found this. So these are interesting. This is the middle of a forest. So here's the next picture. Middle of a forest. But thanks to LiDAR, we can see that there's these weird lines here. Does anybody have any ideas on what this could be? I don't. But it's just interesting. That's the power of LiDAR, is that we can see beneath the trees and a little bit beneath the soil for the stuff that we can use. This is another mound I saw, a very square mound. It might be nothing, but I just thought it was interesting. This is the power of LiDAR again. Okay, then I found this open circle out in the middle of nowhere. Like, what? This is really weird. So I would love to go see this, and I think this is also in Africa somewhere. So it might have to be a different long-term adventure. But very strange. Yeah. It looks like that. What's that movie with the alien predator where the aliens shoot the laser down into the Antarctica? That's the kind of what this is looking like here. Very interesting. Yeah, it could be a sinkhole, Judith. Yeah, totally. But I'm not quite sure. So this is in Saudi Arabia. Just I don't know if this is geological formation. It looks kind of geological, huh? But then the next picture, you can see this little line right here. I found a bunch of these little things where they have these little circles and these lines coming out, which might be geological. Still, nonetheless, really cool. I'd love to see this. This is in South America. A bunch of these squares. I think they're terraces, ancient terraces. Yeah, I don't. When I try to look up this stuff, it's not like I have tons of information about them. I just look them up, and then when I try to look them up through, Google searches and stuff, I usually don't find much. So that's why this stuff is so interesting to me. Okay, so the next up is I wanted to show you. I forgot to show you guys. So the thing I want to show you was my old logos and kind of how that progressed. This will be really quick, and we'll switch back to the fun stuff. So here we go. So this is my old logo. This is our first logo I had. Just very simple Trek Planner logo. And then next, I think Trevor, a friend, designed this one. And then it evolved into this, which I only used for about a month, and I didn't like it. Looks too snowy. And then it moved into this that I used for, I think, a day, which I didn't like either. And then it moved to this. And I was like, I kind of like it. It looks a little snowy. This is my current one. But then I asked them to add a little red outline. Yeah, it still looks a little snowy. Might eventually change it. I don't know. But I want to share something with you. So this is something I found a while ago. And sometimes I'll just be driving along or I'll be going down some weird canyon and I see a cave high up. And I'm wondering what is inside of these, these caves. So I'll usually send the drone. It's close enough that I can, just fly the drone right there. So this is one of them. Let me switch monitors again. And there's no sound, so I'm going to be talking through this. So I saw this little edge right here you can see in this cave, and I thought, that is interesting. And as I get closer, of course, you can see clearly that it is a ruin, remnants of a structure. Really cool one because it looks like it's about to fall over. Look over right here when we get closer here. But I just love seeing this stuff, no matter how big or small. Yeah, so look at these rocks right here. It looks like this is about to tip over. And look at this mud. It's kind of more orange. Looks like it was put in pretty recently, which, it wasn't. But it looks somewhat new. And there's a little pile of sticks that maybe a pack rat or something was there. Yeah, I don't know. Just something kind of fun. Next is this cistern. I think it's a cistern. Just this little cave that I found that had a little hole in the ground lined with rocks and mortar. So here's this. A little cave. I couldn't see anything from here, and I thought, well, this is kind of, nothing really going on here. But then I thought, oh, wow, okay. As I got closer, I could see this little circle right here. If you can see with the mouse, you can see, hey, there's definitely some kind of creation here. Really interesting. And I've seen these before, of course. This isn't a unique thing here. But it looks like there's one here too, right? Is that what you guys are seeing? Or maybe remnants of one? There's nothing inside that we can see. I thought that was a cigarette. It's probably not. Yeah, a little more ruins over here. Maybe another cistern right there. Cistern just kind of holds stuff. And I was looking around. Didn't really quite see anything else. Yeah, I think that was kind of it. So I wonder if they just had that as a storage, which is really high up from the valley. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Obviously, it's secluded, so it'd be protected from people seeing it. Okay, this is pretty sad, and let me know what you guys think. What you guys think about this. Let me read a comment here. Let's see. Barry asked, "Do you sell merch with logo?" I don't. I really need to just make some shirts. But I will in the future. It's a plan. Hello, Walker's Garage from Pennsylvania. Hello. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Okay, we are now going to watch this video. So I was flying my drone again, and I saw a cave, a really big cave, a really big alcove actually, like massive. And I thought, there's for sure something up there, going to be something up there. And so I flew the drone up, and this is what I saw. You guys tell me, does this look like it has been like just completely dug up by pot hunters? It kind of does to me too. Like it just looks like there's these little mounds everywhere, and it just looks like, yeah, it just looks like there's stuff all over the place. Like dug up. Oh, you can see some pottery right there. Yeah, looks like some locals or somebody came by and just started digging and throwing out all the trash and stuff. Yeah, right? Is that what this looks like? These mounds over here. Yeah. Oh, Jim asked, you've kind of touched on this. Have you considered exploring some of the mound builders in the southeast United States? Yes. Yes. Mounds, of course. I'm super fascinated. I bought a couple books on mounds, Jim. Yeah, I'm super excited about that. Hello from Norway, Jen. Hello. Thanks for joining us here. Yeah, let me transition back here. Okay, so I want to share something else that's kind of popular, but I'm going to share a little backstory on how I found it. So this is, unbeknownst to me, this is a kind of well-known place, but it's hidden. You can find videos on it on YouTube and stuff and guides and stuff, but I always wondered where it was. And there's one time where I was driving down this road and I saw like this little square, like a rectangle on top of this rock, and I thought, there's no way those are ruins. This is way high up there. And of course, we always find cliff dwellings in interesting and you know, very dangerous places. And so I'm like, I'm gonna fly my drone over there and see what it is. So this is what I found. And again, this is a place that you can see. Hold on, let me switch monitors here. So here we go. So yeah, this is just absolutely beautiful. I can't believe that. So this is amazing. Here's another view of it. So how did they get up there? So this right here, I think, see this little choke point right here, this little ruin, and I think that blocked access to the very top. Excuse me. So I think they climbed up here, you know, slid across here, hiked over to, there are rooms up here. I think there's 4 rooms that I'll show you in a second. Yeah, look down here. That is just, I can't believe that. This is one of the most amazing things out there. And it's in great condition. I mean, you might think it's fallen apart, but it's still in great condition. And again, this is ancestral Puebloan areas. So I'm thinking this is them. Next up, yeah, this is looking straight down. So you can see the ruins, 1, 2, oh, there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's nothing in them. There's nothing, you know, up there now. Yeah, just looking straight down. This is looking behind it, so there's a nice little platform behind there. They could kind of rest and work and hang out or whatever. This is looking at one of the rooms. Yeah, I just love it. Yeah, this is looking at one of the rooms. Look at the doorways. That's so cool. Okay, somebody asked, there's somebody said, let's see, Cordell Ballard says, howdy from Northern Utah. I look forward to every video release. Thank you so much for watching. From Northern Utah, Cordell. Thank you so much. Pyro Mike asked, have you ever found any ancient ladders on your treks? No, I haven't. I would love to have found an ancient ladder. If you want to see a real example of a ladder, we can go to Cedar Mesa, or sorry, not Cedar Mesa, Edge of the Cedars Museum in Blanding, Utah. And they have a fascinating example of a real authentic ladder that I think they got from a ruin in Cedar Mesa. So that was really fun. Cindy asks, now that you have a family, any plans to show us how to do family treks? Interesting you say that, Cindy, because we are thinking about some ideas. Because having kids, younger kids especially, there's a lot more that goes into it, obviously. Can't do super dangerous stuff. Can't do some certain things, but we did do a family trip to Wupatki a while ago, and we had so much fun. It was so fun to see the kids just so excited, looking around. and just, you know, imagining this place, and running and, you know, yelling and screaming and having fun. That was one of my favorite trips from this last year. And I have a video on that. It's called The Ball Courts, and I think it's from January. So if you want to see that. Let's see. Michael asked, I thought you were going to say you were having a baby. My heart said, no, I would tell you, Michael. I'll tell you, of course. Tell you guys. Let's see. Let me find some comments or some questions here that I haven't answered. Let's see. Watching from Northern California. Hello. Love your... we were actually up there on our honeymoon around Big Sur. Hello from Fresno. Hello. Thanks for joining us. Okay, how old am I? Keith asked, how old am I? 38. I'm 38 years old. I'm going to be turning 39 pretty soon. So, yeah. Let's see. I have one more thing. I'm saving this for the very end, kind of the best thing, or one of the best things. But now I made something, my top 10 favorite moments from this last year in video form. So, we're going to watch this short video on that, and I'll meet you at the very end of this, and we'll close up here. So just 1 second, let me switch. Here we go.
Number 10. I found this adventure on Google Earth, and so my friend Kevin and I went to go see what it was. It's on the top 10 list because of how challenging it was, and of course the ruins. But the main thing here is because of how tired we were, we wanted to turn back. Most of my camera batteries, including for my drone, were all dead, and even Kevin's water container was leaking.
Got a hole in there? Do you really? Yeah. Can you turn it upside down? Oh, it's on that hedge thing, huh?
But then we took a rest and just pushed on until the end. We had to cross over a creek, and I'm so glad we did. We saw the ruins and even some elk. This site was made by an ancient group of people called the Fremont, who lived in this area over 750 years ago.
This is so cool. I can't believe this. On Google Earth, this is what I saw.
Number 9. I had so much fun on this adventure. It was filled with a beautiful hike, ruins, broken pottery, and even a mini slot canyon. All of it was so unexpected. Ancient walls closed off access to the top of the site, where a very worn circle ruin was located. I found the site with a drone, and it ended up being one of my favorite adventures from the entire year. I'm not sure what this was used for, but I loved every minute of this hike. Number 8. This adventure came by suggestion from a man named Dan Lowe, who owns and runs Tuscoro.com. You should check it out. So I recruited my brother Brian and his son to go see this ancient site.
We think that's like a castle.
The massive circle ruin is located at the very top of this rock tower and still in excellent condition. Is it a watchtower, ceremonial site, or something else? We may never know, but it was so much fun to see this. Number 7. This is another Google Earth find where I recruited my friend Kevin to join me. We hiked through dry washes, brush, and even cactus.
Ouch, Kevin.
Oh, sorry.
To hike to the top of this hill where an ancient site was located. It's a very long ruin, well over 100 feet in length, with some of the rock walls over 7 feet tall. This was so much fun to see on Google Earth and then in person. We left wondering if this was an ancient observatory, or a place for ceremonies, or something else. Number 6. The ancients made cliff dwellings in not only sandstone canyons, but in high elevation mountains filled with pine trees. I found this site simply by driving down a road and seeing what looked like a window in the distance, so I went to check it out. The beauty of this area and seeing the ruins in the caves in the mountains, and also just how high up the ruins are located, are the reasons this adventure made it on the list. Number 5. So I didn't make a dedicated video on this, but I did mention this experience in one of my videos. Right now we're filling up in Tuba City, and we need to stop and get some medicine because we have headaches. Our hotel didn't have hot water, so that was fun. And now we're going to be driving to the Hopi Cultural Center. So another hour or so. So we're excited, ready to go, and ready to see what this day brings. My family and I were invited to visit Hopi and see rock art panels and ruins and also experience a dance. The Hopi and other contemporary Puebloan groups are descendants of the ancestral Puebloans. We met some incredibly kind and generous people during our visit and learned more about some of the places that I have featured on my channel. While I can't share many photos and videos from this trip, this amazing experience is something we will never forget. Wow, what a day. We're just getting back to the hotel. We had such a busy, fun, amazing day. Number 4. This adventure came by a suggestion through email. I was sent an intriguing GPS coordinate that looked like a plane crash or something. Okay, I just got here, stashed my bike behind these two juniper trees, and I am ready to hike that way about over 2 miles. As I hiked closer to this thing, I found an arrowhead on the ground. Oh, okay, guys. I literally just looked down here. Oh my gosh, wow. Still stuck in the dirt. Oh my gosh. This is a beautiful example of real history from many centuries ago. I created a short on this video and was absolutely destroyed in the comments from people saying I should have kept the arrowhead. This is a good reminder to be respectful and keep all artifacts where they are at. This is attached to something, so it's right here, right? Anyway, I eventually made my way to the coordinate and found that it was indeed a plane crash. Wow, this thing is torn apart. The engine was gone, but mostly everything else was still there. I later found out that the pilot survived, thank goodness. Number 3. I have featured many examples of carved hand and footholds in my videos throughout 2024, some of which I have found by accident. I love seeing this history because it's easy for me to imagine ancient feet climbing up and down these exact same steps. Some of these steps are in very steep and dangerous locations. Some lead over mountains and cliffs, others go up only a few feet. Either way, I love seeing the exact steps that the ancients used. Number 2. This was an unexpected adventure. I knew there were petroglyphs down this canyon, but this adventure turned out to showcase so much more than just rock art. I saw a ladder propped up, seemingly going nowhere. I found a deep cave that might hold hints at the ancients using it. I found 2 stray dogs that made me get to higher ground. I then found ruin after ruin and just loved seeing this beautiful place. And number 1. My top favorite adventure from 2024 is this incredible site I found on Google Earth. So right now I'm hiking to this place that I found on Google Earth quite a while ago, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. The hike wasn't too difficult despite it being steep for the majority of it, and I quite enjoyed the solitude. But something odd I didn't talk about in the main video was right before I started this adventure, I saw an older woman camping in the brush. We talked for a second and she said she also loved camping in such a remote location. She said I was the first person she's seen in a while. You just never know sometimes who you're gonna run into. Anyway, I carried on up and hiked up to the ridgeline where this site was located. I found that it was simply too dangerous to get down to though, so I flew my drone instead. This is my favorite place and something you should watch in a longer video if you haven't already. This ruin is in such great condition that it's not a ruin. It's almost complete. Almost as if they just walked away from it. Whoever lived here put sticks standing up to perhaps keep domesticated turkeys or as a place to keep children from falling over the edge. If I had to choose a place for protection from the elements and enemies, this would be it. This is an amazing, incredible ancient place. Number 10.
Wow, you guys, I'm just reading your chats. Thank you so much for your super chats. Wow, guys, thank you so much. Like, it really just makes me feel so good. I really do. I really feel this way. I have the best people around this channel. You guys are friends. Thank you so much. I see a lot of familiar names in the comments from other premieres and chats and stuff. Like, wow. Thank you guys so much. So what do you guys think of the top 10 list? There's some in there that I'm like, maybe should I put something else in there? But either way, it's just a fun little highlight from this last year. Oh my gosh, Robert, wow. Very generous, wow. Thank you so much for your super chat. Wow, guys, thank you. Wow, gosh. um, wow. Yeah, kind of threw me off guard. Really appreciate you guys watching from all over the world. Even, some local people watching. I remember I went to the grocery store and somebody's like, hey, hey, hey. And I'm like, hi. She's like, you're that Trek guy. And I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, I love your stuff. And it was just so fun just to meet somebody. Because I usually when I'm out in public, I'm like this. I don't like to, in general, I'm just always like this. So that just made me feel so good. Oh my gosh, you guys. Thank you so much. Jonah. Wow. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much. And I think before we go, I just want to say that I don't have a team of people behind me. I have a family of support. I have friends that support me endlessly. But I don't have a team of people. There's not somebody saying, hey, this, the trending words are that you should go to Arizona in this spot, or you should go to New Mexico in this spot, and that's where you get the most money. It's really what I want to do, what I love doing. Sometimes I do suggestions from you guys. But it really is just me editing everything and just doing everything on my own. So if there's something that you guys see that could be improved upon, please let me know, because sometimes I'm oblivious. But yeah, man, you guys, I just love you guys. Sponsorships. Yeah, I want to say something about sponsorships because I get approached quite frequently about sponsorships. I don't do random sponsorships. I do things that I haven't done anything yet. And that's because I want to do things and I want to share with you guys things that I actually use, and not just something that somebody's like, hey, can you talk about this for 10 seconds? And that's it. But I want to talk about stuff that I've actually have used and not just get paid to use. But so that's why somebody asked that a while ago. Yeah. Oh, Anna, thank you so much, Anna. Thank you so much. How many hats do you own? I don't think I've seen you wear the same hat twice. I do have about 20 hats. What's this one? Oh yeah, my lizard hat, my Moab lizard hat. Yeah, thank you so much. I do have a lot of hats. George says, just found you recently. Enjoy the shows. Happy New Year. You have it right. Thank you so much, George. Another comment. Let's see. Where was it? Oh, nice hat, appears to be original art. Yes. It's some hat that I got, Moab hat, but I'm not going to tell you where I found it because you might take my next one. Just kidding. Let's see. I think it's important. So there's a group of us talking behind the scenes, some other YouTubers, and we kind of feel it's important to be genuine because we kind of see this rise of just kind of not genuine. People can post whatever they want. This is just my opinion, but there's kind of this rise of this of content from people that it's just it's kind of deceiving. It's kind of deceiving a little bit, yeah, I don't want to go into any examples, but there's a group of us that we're just going to stay true to who we are. I know Ridges and Ruins, love their channel. Yeah, they find, he finds stuff, him and his mom, and I think his stepdad, they go out find stuff, love their channel, love some other channels. But I think, I think what I want to get across my channel is respect. How do we respect these places? How do we get that out there? Because I see more and more, and maybe you have seen it, more and more vandalism of rock art sites. And is it because we're talking about it? Is it because we're visiting these places that people go out and then they think that they can carve over this stuff? One recently was over here in, was it Wire Pass? Over by Pariah, where somebody carved over some petroglyphs. And luckily they were found, and I think they were given a huge fine. But I think it needs to be more awareness that this stuff is very old, is very special, needs to be protected. There's no one protecting it but you. Like when you go out and visit these places, it's just you out there. So, they're site stewards and stuff. So I'm trying to figure out how we can bring awareness to this without having vandalism, because that is a huge concern of mine and others. Yeah, somebody says more people equals more idiots. Yeah, I used to work as a bus driver in Zion National Park, and I swear, every week we'd hear reports of people like, oh, the ranger had to talk to these people because they were carving in the Narrows, or these people are carving their name on a rock on Angel's Landing. So I feel like it's just more people getting outside. You're always going to have some of those bad apples, but there's so many good people protecting these places. Let's see. So the last thing I want to talk about is, let me just read some more comments. We watch you from Costa Rica. I'm originally from the Four Corners area. Wow. Thank you for watching, Maureen. It does irritate me when I see vandalism and petroglyphs and pictographs. Yeah, it's super annoying. Keith said, your videos let me go to places I can't go anymore. Ike said, ask park rangers about vandalism. Yes, yeah. The best you can do, Richard says, the best you can do is raise awareness. Yeah. And I think that's kind of what I want to do, focus on the most, is because I have a book by anthropologist or archaeologist, and they say that it's kind of three things. We have to talk about it. We have to do actual protection, like maybe that's fences or cameras or site stewards, people visiting. But there's always going to be people doing something bad. So I'd love to hear more of your ideas. Hello from Germany. Love your channel. I'm glad I found you. You take me to places I will never get to. I really like it when you make 3D models. I have so many 3D models on my Patreon. I think over 75 now. And it takes a long time to do a 3D model because I'm sitting there with my drone, or my camera or my LiDAR, something, and just going very slowly over this area to take every picture from every angle. So but I do have 3D models on my Patreon. So if you want to do that, feel free to go there. But this last thing I want to talk about, this is something really fun that I haven't really shared about. I shared about it on Patreon, but I'm trying to decide if I'm going to make a video on it. I probably won't. Yeah, sorry, I'm just reading a comment. Debbie said, awareness won't help. These people who do this never learned respect. I think that's a good point. A lot of these people just don't know, like, hey, there's some things you just shouldn't do. Okay, so how this happened. So I found this on a drone. These crazy steps, way high up there. Look at this. I'll show you in a sec just how high up these are, but look at these little indentations here. These are steps, hand carved, probably hundreds and hundreds of years ago, probably even over 1,000 years ago. Take a look at that from this angle. Oh my gosh. Yeah, these are just so crazy. And then look at this. Yeah, sorry, another side angle. Look, this is looking straight down. So obviously they went straight down to this little ledge here. They must have climbed up down here, went up to this point, and then went straight up here. So here's probably the, oh, do I not have the other angle? Oh, I don't. Where is it? Well, sorry about that. Yeah, so here, dang it, I thought I had the other picture. I don't know where it went. I apologize. But you can see clearly that these steps went all the way down. All right, so we're almost done here. Thank you so much for being with me on this first January 1st of the new year, 2025. I am so excited for this next year. I got so much going on, so many fun projects that I wish I could tell you about. Mostly they're still in the idea phase, but there's some stuff I want to see that you'll find about soon. Oh wow, $20. Thank you so much for your super chat, and also everybody else for the super chats. Wardog, I'm probably not saying your name right. Wardogheim, a gear and prep video would be awesome. Include your advice and cautions to folks thinking about going out. That is a great idea. I should do a video on what I pack to be safe, and what I do to stay hydrated and with food and stuff too, because there is a method, and that's one of the things I learned about from 2024 is how I pack really affects my back, because I really don't have the best back. And there's some times where I would go on a long adventure and have something planned the next day, and I just couldn't do that because my back just hurts. So I'd have to do something shorter. But I think that's a great idea. Yeah, man, you guys are so awesome. Yeah, Nancy said, it's disturbing to consider that today's graffiti is the distant future petroglyphs. Yep, and every national park I visit, every single place I go, always says, do not leave your name. Do not carve your name. I don't know how many places I've been. There was one place I was in, the San Rafael, Escalante, Utah, and I was in this random cave, and there was somebody that said like, Mike loves Susan, and I was like, why would you yeah. And I thought I was like in this pristine cave, and I saw this big like Mike loves Susan. But yeah, it's sad but true that our petroglyphs, our carvings now, the graffiti now will be the future's petroglyphs. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. I might do some more in the future. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, see how the feedback was. But I'm glad you joined me. Hopefully we can... I have some videos coming up soon. I just took a little break for the Christmas season. Happy New Year. Keep on trekking. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much.